This is the tips and tricks section. A couple things just to focus on to get the most out of your machine and the most out of your tune. Again, we're going to talk about this bumper here. This bumper is really important. The part I'm talking about, the sidewall, is not this portion of the sidewall. It's really this lip, or what we call the bumper. You want to get rid of that bumper and get that out of the way. I usually like to pull that back almost to 6 degrees and really match it with the sidewall here. I use the SKS tool, which I really love. Some of the other tools, like Sun Valley Ski Tools with the round bit, will give you a radius in here and will get rid of that bumper as well. Again, I prefer SKS. As you can see, all I'm doing here is pulling away and pulling back. You can see kind of a little bit shinier, that aluminum. And again, it just pulls away that edge. Now my stone can cut really clean. This is actually really important even if you're hand tuning with a file and a file guide. The file will not cut through that aluminum, it will not cut through that fiberglass layer, which allows the file to roll up, which is one of the terrible things about hand tuning with file guides, is that you have to be really diligent about pulling back that bumper. That's one huge step. Another tip and trick really is use your files to round out your top edge. It just makes your work look nicer and cleaner, and also allows the ski to cut through the snow a little bit simpler. So as you can see here, we've really rounded this edge out, and then I even use a little bit of Scotch-Brite afterwards just to really polish. It just gives you a good feel in the hand. It's a signature of a great technician. So now you're getting ready to tune the edge. You've pulled your sidewall back. Again, as you know, the beauty of Snowglide is that the Snowglide weight is supported by the ski itself. But before you get started, you just want to take the oxidation off the base edge. You've got your edge angle set from the shop, hopefully, and they've done a great job, I'm sure. So all we're going to do every time we tune is just do a simple pass just to knock down anything that may have rolled over, or just to take the oxidation off. What I like to use is like a 600 grit waterproof sandpaper. I wrap it around a file. And as I start to wear out, I just keep wrapping it. As you can see here, I've used it before. Now I'm rolling this all the way over. I simply put that at the tip and run a pass from tip to tail, just biased a little bit there. Again, not a lot of pressure, just simple. And then on the other edge as well. Once I've done that, now I'm ready to really run my Snowglide on the side edge. Again, we will set the angles. One nice tip here with the AFL machine, which makes the adjustability nice, is if, let's say this were a new ski or a ski that's quite damaged, I could very simply throw on the core stone. By throwing the core stone on, if I'm tuning, let's say at 2 degrees, I could go a little bit stronger, 0.2 of a degree stronger. This will help me rip a lot of the backside of the edge up, but it'll leave the front lip fresher, so you're not going to wear out the ski as quickly. So then I can take some simple passes that way, and then when I put my medium stone on or my fine stone, I can go back to 2 degrees, and I'm just pulling a little bit of that edge off. I'm maintaining that edge and saving the edge. So a few other tips and tricks with the Snowglide, which are nice. You can do overlapping passes, no problem. Let's say I have a damaged area here in the ski. I can simply run the machine. Make sure your power source is on. You can simply run the machine, and I can do back and forth. It's very much like an iron. You want to keep overlapping the straps and keep it moving. Don't keep it still. And then always finish with a final pass from tip to tail. Again, the real key to the Snowglide is letting the machine do the work. All you have to do is guide the machine. Push the lower tray against the edge. This is my clutch, as you learned in the other video. Just let go, and as soon as we're touching, just move the machine along. Very, very simple. I can disengage at any time I'd like. If I get in trouble, I get moving around, you can disengage. Because the spring pressure is there, I'm not pulling a lot of edge. Now, tips and tails are always a little difficult. This will take a little getting used to, but it's very easy, as you can see, to roll the machine. So you can start in by the tip and roll. And sometimes the tips and tails on new skis, because the machinery that makes these skis that comes in so hard here might take a little more passes in the tip and tail. You can just do a few overlapping strokes in the tip, and then also down in the tail. And then you can do one final pass afterwards. So that's a great tip on using the machine as well. Some guys are a little bit concerned on getting dust in the base of downhill edges. A few of the World Cups, you guys use just simple tape here to tape off the edge. You want to try to get it as flat and flush as possible. But you can tape off the whole ski, and now you can run your Snowglide on the tape if you prefer. I think this is a little bit of an excessive step. You can do the same thing with a little bit of hot waxing afterwards and take any kind of dust or material out of the ski itself. But as you can see, the Snowglide slides very well on the tape here. A lot of the World Cup guys tune this way on their downhill and super ski skis that they know they're very fast. So once you've run your Snowglide, how do you finish it? Everybody asks me this question quite often. So simply, I put the ski up in the vices sideways again. I like a very, very fine ceramic stone. Some people told me they use diamond stones. Again, if you're using diamond stones, you're not going to weigh that really, really fine edge. So use the finest stone you can get is all you need. And again, it's no pressure. It's light pressure, just a run on the base edge and a run on the side edge. If you're doing race skis, it's best to finish on the top edge because you put that last little bit of shape down so you get really great grip. If you're doing your own personal skis for powder skiing or all mountain skiing, it's usually good to finish on the base edge. This just allows the ski to have a little bit more slide movement to it, so very, very simple. Now, one last thing, if you really just want to impress your friends on how smooth and how buttery this edge is, if you've seen a Snowglide operate, you know what I'm talking about, how clean and smooth this edge is. It's so sharp, as you can see here, yet I can move my fingers back and forth this way without having any injuries whatsoever. And that's because you have such a smooth edge, has no burrs on it whatsoever, but it's sharp. So it's going to bite on any type of ice. But just to impress your friends, I always find this is a great trick. You can use a WD-40 no mess pen. It's just a little felt pen with some WD-40 in here. Or you could use any of the edge oils that are out there, the secret sauce that some of the brands make. But very simple. You just dab your pen and just do a quick little run down the edge. As you can see, I haven't gotten any on the edge whatsoever. Now I take my final pass. I only do this on the final pass. I do the final pass with that edge oil on there. And this will give you the cleanest edge you've ever seen. Disengage at the end. Now you've got a butter smooth edge that is sharp as can be. And when you do this, again, you almost don't even need to do this step, but I do this step just to give me that little bit extra butter. And lastly, always finish just with your paper towel. This just takes any left little thing over there. You've got the smoothest edge you'll ever see. Yet again, so sharp. So those are the tips and tricks for Snowglide.